spoilers. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Legion, Season 1, Episode 6, Chapter 6. I'm your host, Clio. With me, I have Jacob.
Hello.
Hello. What's up?
The show makes me think about so many things, and is this real? I don't.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say this was all in David's head, or in a shared dreamscape.
I don't know, because this was like a Sydney episode, really.
Yeah.
With all the other characters, of course, but like we really followed her, and then towards maybe a fourth of the episode, we kind of dropped that, and then we went to David. So I don't know whose mind we're in. I mean, I'm assuming, that this obviously isn't real, but I'm thinking they were talking about, who was it? It was Sydney who was like reading that book, and it said that we're not in reality itself, we're in a version of reality. So I don't know if we're in somebody's head, we're just in a different reality.
Yeah. Because, I mean, what it really felt like was it's either everyone's in David's head or everyone's in that sort of in-between dimension. Because we didn't get to see a whole lot of that in-between dimension. And it seemed like psychics could influence that dimension. Like, Oliver made himself his little safe house, floating in the middle of space.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a different part of... And maybe David never got out. You know, how Lenny came to him and said, I can get you, we together can get out. Maybe David never got out, they just sucked everyone in.
That's interesting. But while this is all happening, David and Sydney are in front of those bullets. So I don't know if this whole dreamscape thing, if this was David's way of protecting all of them by bringing them into his mind, or if out of this traumatic event happening, he created another reality for them to go to.
Well, this world, the institution they're in right now, definitely seems like Lenny's calling the shots.
Oh, like, yeah.
She set it up, it seems. And
well,
honestly,
not Lenny, but, the Butter King as Lenny.
Yes, well, I believe they are one and the same. And the leader of Division 3, before he died, said the devil wears a human face. I think Lenny's that human face he's talking about. I mean, I think in that episode, we assumed it was David. David was the one who came in, but I think he was referring to Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny was... I loved her I love her, all of the episodes that she's been in, but I really love her this episode because she had more to do. She was still Lenny, but, she was, kind of more classy Lenny.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of, crazy cracked out Lenny.
Yeah, but then she had this...
The sexy dance sequence?
Yeah, but
I fucking loved that because the sequences that preceded the sexy dance sequence, which is what I've been calling it, were very normal. Here's this crazy house, this mental institution, and this is what these people are doing, and then all of a sudden we come back from commercial break and it's just sexy dance. It's okay, we're not quite in a normal, this is not normal.
Well, nothing on this show is normal.
Of course. But they kind of lulled you in the first
Well, I'm sure this is normal for Lenny.
Yeah, probably.
It's just what she does.
Yeah. And then there's that door. So now I'm thinking about the door, and maybe they're in the in-between dimension. But the door leads to David's mind, maybe. Maybe.
Mm. Yeah, a lot of the show has a lot of metaphors. That door, it obviously, well, when I first saw the door, I'm like, oh, that's the way out. But why is it there sometimes and why is it not?
Yeah.
And then why is it at times? Why is it bleeding?
Yeah, the wall was bleeding.
So I'm thinking somebody got shot.
I think it's David because he's painting. And the paint's on his shirt in like a pattern and a color that could be seen as blood. So I think if anybody got shot, it's David. Maybe David and Sydney both got shot.
Maybe. Yeah, that scene with him painting, and well, he's painting Sydney, and Sydney's there as the live model. I love them two together, but like they had some problems this episode.
Because he basically called her crazy.
Yeah, well, he wasn't trying to. I don't think he was.
No, of course not.
In this reality, they're all in the institution, but they're in the institution for different things. So David, he's not schizophrenic, well, like they believed he was in this version. What was he? Manic depression. Yeah. So, really happy then really sad sometimes. That's how he explained it. And Sydney does not have a antisocial disorder. She was
delusional.
She was just delusional.
Yeah, she had seen things.
But that's associated with David, and that's what she assumed what was going on. But then he had to explain to her, no, that's you.
Yeah. Which I like what David was saying when he was like in the session before things got weird. He was talking about the manic side. And how, people are always talking about depression, but it's the mania that's really not talked about. And I thought that was interesting because it's true. Everyone really talks about depression, and mania is sort of like left out of that equation.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I do love the show, well, because it is an X-Men show, but I do love this show because it explores, even physical and mental difficulties. And it does so in a way that's not, it doesn't feel like it needs to talk down to you. It doesn't feel like, not painting it in a light of, yeah, this is perfectly fine, or this is perfectly not okay. It's saying, this is a thing, we're going to make you understand. And after watching the show, I have a realization, okay, I get it. I get it now.
Yeah. They're doing a great sort of public service, interspliced with the crazy, trippy, powered mind shit. Yeah. So I definitely appreciate that part of it. Which is why I wish John would watch it, because he's a therapist. I want to hear what he has to say about this show.
You might spoil the fun.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm really interested in because I have like a basic understanding of mental health, and mostly mine is in context with storytelling, so I don't have the medical side of like all of that stuff. So
well, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to hear somebody who's an expert on that, to diagnose everybody on this show if they have something to diagnose. Because we see the other characters who were not in the institution initially, but we have Melanie and Carrie, and we're seeing kind of in this reality the mental disabilities that they have, and it makes me think if they actually do have those.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. And it could be like they have a version of it that doesn't need to be diagnosed, doesn't need to be treated, but like in this dreamscape, it's exponentially like expounded upon.
Mm-hmm. And they each got their own little sit down session with Lenny, with Dr. Lenny. I love Carrie and Carrie's. Where they talk about, it's like, we feel like we're the same person, but not two people in the same body, because that would be crazy.
That'd be crazy. Oh yeah, and I loved how they were just walking like shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah,
and
I love those two. Just the little, they have such great chemistry. Their little chess game that they played while they name off the different medicines that they take.
Yes, that was really interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I like their little back and forth. They're like, that's an injectable. It's not an ingestible.
It can also be ingested. It's all right. I'll give it to you. Yeah, and Perm was like super weird. Like he was creeping on Carrie.
That was
cool.
gross.
Not cool.
Perm was especially creepy this episode.
Yeah. Well, I think Lenny like got him in this dreamscape and is like, "You're fucked up. I'm gonna let you
go do your
run a
thing.
little wild. Yeah, go do your thing." But and like this episode, I was like, okay, I feel like we're gonna learn what Perm's powers are, and we still don't. It was not revealed.
He was talking about he's like, have you ever eaten an animal while it was still alive? I'm like, dude, did you do that?
That's way too specific for him not to have done that before.
Well, he's explained how it works. He's like, there's this like smell that comes off of it, and there's like a heat resonating off of it. It's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Perm, you
sick motherfucker. Ugh.
You made Carrie cry.
I know. That's not cool. Leave precious little Carrie alone.
Leave Carrie alone. You chasing her down that hallway. I was getting some vibes. And I didn't like it.
Yeah. Some like horror movie murderer vibes. I somehow feel like he might be a cannibal also, like he'll gonna eat a person while they're alive.
I didn't even think about that. Oh.
Yeah. God. I didn't think about that till just now. Like, I assumed he was talking about, like, a wolf or something.
Well, I assumed he was talking about a dog, because, like, that's what we've associated him with, but...
Yeah.
Maybe he is a dog, and he eats people. I don't know.
Yeah. Because we still don't know what that thing in the cage was, and there was no evidence.
When are we going to get answers to that? I want to know what that thing was.
When are we going to get any answers? Like, we got one answer this whole episode.
I just care about the dog. That's like all. That's the only answer I want right now. It's
What is that thing in the cage? Like that's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
We get like one nice concrete answer, and it's what the devil wants.
Mm-hmm.
And Lenny basically does this whole monologuing bit about the ant metaphor. Like that.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, that was great. How it was done, how it was shot, him looking over and the ant, he sees the ant there with the thing sticking out of his head.
She's like, do you know what this thingy is that I cannot, remember the name of for the life of me? But yeah, she's like, do you know this thingy? He's like, what? She's like, it's a fungus. It's actually really cool because it like grows into the ant's head and then it like shoots out of their brain and it kills them, obviously. She just said it so casually because she's talking about it in like awe. She's like, oh, this is so amazing. Oh my God. It shoots up out of their head and it spreads all over the jungle. And it kills them.
Obviously.
So she is the fungus.
Yeah.
And David's the ant.
Yeah. Basically, explaining her evil plan.
Yeah, it's like in The Incredibles. The dude starts monologuing.
Yes. You caught me monologuing.
And this is when you're supposed to run away, David. But I guess you haven't seen The Incredibles yet. But you need to.
Well, she promptly sat on him and put her foot on his balls. So I mean, the time for running had passed.
Yeah, she was talking about. Well, he was looking for Sydney because Lenny did something to her. He put her headphones on. She's like, listen to this music, but it's crickets. And then Sydney floats to her bed. I don't know what that was. But
weird dreamscape
David,
stuff, I guess.
I don't know. But David's looking for Sydney, and then she's like, I don't know if she's the right girl for you. Lenny, you shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. Well, I really thought that was interesting because she was talking about how, as she saw how powerful he really was, she was like, we can, I don't have to kill him. We could do, our powers combined could be super epic evil. But then he was too much of a nice, good person.
The Butter King, the quick flashes we got of him, because we had Lenny, climbing on top of David, and then flash Butter King is on top of David. I'm like, oh!
It's like, oh no, stop! Jesus!
But while Butter King Lenny was talking in Lenny voice, she was talking about, she was like, I needed you, but like I only need your body, and I really don't care about your mind. Metaphors, it's gross.
Yeah. Innuendos. Phrasing. I think we should institute phrasing.
And gestures.
Oh god, yeah, she was rubbing all up on him. Ugh. But yeah, she locks his mind in a freaking weird glass coffin in a void. So that can't be pleasant.
That was cool. It was like Doctor Who, kind of.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. He's just... It sounds like the voices are screaming at him again, so... It's probably not going to end well. She does talk about David's real father.
Oh, yeah. She's like, I knew your father.
Yeah.
But, well, that's the Butter King talking.
Yeah, well, yeah. Doesn't give a name. No defining details.
No, but there is a defining detail that she did reveal that I completely agree with. The shade you throw, Butter King, the shade you threw, she said, acting all holy, then he does shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, which, that I can totally see as being Xavier. Like, that sounds remarkably like Xavier. Mm-hmm. So... But other than that, there was really no defining details to figuring out who he was.
Well, I mean, just based on who David is, we know who his father is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, this show is trippy as fuck, so anything's possible. Might not be in the end. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, speaking of family, Amy.
Amy! Oh, what did they do to my precious Amy?
I don't know what they did. Amy, what are you doing? You're touching Cindy's butt. She doesn't like to be touched, and you touched her that way. No, just the hands stay up here. And,
yeah.
And she was talking to David all mean like. She's like, nobody likes you. That's basically what she said. Nobody likes you. And then you make, what'd she say? She said, we adopted you. I forgot what she said. She was like, we adopted you, and we did that because we wouldn't have to barf. I don't know. She said something about throwing up.
Oh, that's right. And you were so pathetic that every time I looked at you, I wanted to vomit.
Yeah, it was gross.
And she starts dry heaving.
Yeah, and that was gross. I'm like, what is gonna come out of you? No, but nothing happened. I was just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah,
I was expecting the tapes to come out of her mouth.
Oh, that would have been awesome. No, I was expecting something super gross. I don't know. I guess it was just dry heaving. It's so weird. It must just be whatever they're... There seems to be in all of the people that have been trapped, there seems to be a little bit of themselves, or a lot of themselves, in this, like, fake persona. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if I wonder if Amy's just got a lot of pent up like anger or resentment.
I'm sure Amy would have that, but I don't think she would go as far as say, you make me, every time I look at you I throw up.
Yeah. I don't think so either. I don't know.
Just,
I just
just
want
leave,
sweet
leave,
Amy.
leave Amy alone. I
Yeah.
want sweet Amy. Yeah.
Brian in chat says that he was getting a James Bond vibe from that dance sequence with the.
Yeah, I was kind of
get
getting that too. Yeah,
I
I
see
was
that.
feeling it. Or Austin Powers.
Yeah. I freaking love that dance sequence. She's just got the tights and the heel. Oh, so funny.
Mm.
That was great.
Yeah. Let's talk about Melanie.
Yes.
Little story that she went on.
Well, we find out she was a psychiatrist. That's the kind of doctor she is. Which makes sense that she does the talk sessions. The talk work. Is that what they call it?
Work.
Talk work?
Yeah, the talk work.
And the memory work.
It's talk work, memory work, and clockwork is the name of the institution. All the works.
Yeah. And Lenny sort of like flips the table there on the Oliver thing. Where, you know, this is your delusion.
Your delusion is that your husband is in a giant ice cube in a fishbowl.
Yeah. And I like how she you know, says that the husband's voice is still on the answering machine.
And the coffee maker.
And the coffee maker.
Elevator.
No, they did a great job of that, and that was really interesting. And she was like tending this garden. The dude is back. The dude's standing in the tree, in the shrubbery. He's back, and I'm like, why are you still there, man? Listen, I would not be surprised if at the end of this show we come back around to him and like he's really important. It's just some weird shit like that.
This guy in the I don't know. I don't know what's him. What's your name, dude?
He doesn't move. He doesn't speak. Nobody acknowledges he's there. Ugh. It's just so weird.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a name.
Frank.
Garden Man Creeper.
Yeah. I'm like trying to think of like what his deal could possibly be. But like that's no coincidence that he's here as well.
Well, I just saw him. I just started laughing. I'm like, oh, you're still there.
I know, me too. I was like, what the fuck?
Do you have to go to the bathroom? Or...
Are you okay, man? Do you need anything to eat? Water, perhaps? But anyway, back to Melanie. She's like tending this garden, but like most of it's not there. She's just like seeing it in her head.
Well, she's spraying it, but like she's spraying at nothing. It's like, you're wasting water, Melanie. What are you doing?
Yeah, but she's actually seeing like this elaborate tiny garden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then she goes to her room. And then, so we have dude in diving suit, fisherman creeper. He doesn't speak, but she can kind of gather like from his like gestures and just his body language what he's trying to tell her. He's on the other side of the wall, but the wall's like transparent. Mm-hmm. And then he turns away, and I think this is really nice, just the way she kind of talks to him. She's like, "Oh, it's my love. Hi, how you doing?"
Yeah.
And then she goes through the wall, and she's she's back at the present day with the bullets and Sydney and David. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if she's out of the dream world now, or if she's still in it, but she's like projecting herself in the real world.
That might be the case. I was assuming the diving suit, I thought it was Oliver. And that's sort of why I was thinking maybe this is part of that dreamscape. And he's kind of like braved leaving his safe house to come here to reach out to them. But later, like, the end of the episode, like, pretty sure the last thing that happens is to flips up the top of the thing and Carrie's in there. I'm like, wait a second. Why is Carrie in the diving suit?
Okay, so I think, well, we did see Carrie meet up with who we're assuming is Oliver because Melanie referred to him as Love, so I'm guessing it's Oliver.
Or that's to throw everybody off. It could be somebody else.
So Carrie saw Fisherman Creeper, and Fisherman Creeper took him to I don't know where, and I don't know if Fisherman Creeper is actually evil, and then Carrie's like, okay, I'm kicking your ass now, and then stole the diving suit.
Carrie's not the kick-ass. It's the other Carrie.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Not Carrie, but Carrie.
Yeah. Which actually I just saw them spelt. I can't believe it took me this long to go look at how they're both spelt. But the man is Carrie and the woman is Carrie. One's with an A, one's with an E. Other letters are different too, but that's the main pronunciation difference.
Yeah. But, well, they're both Carrie.
They're both Carrie, yes.
Just Carrie and Gary. Back to Melanie. So she's in the room with the bullets and Fisherman Creeper. I don't know. She doesn't know exactly what he's trying to say, but she's assuming he's trying to say, save these two, David and Sydney. So she tries to touch the bullets, but like they're bullets that are still they're frozen. They're frozen
very
in time.
Quickly. Yeah.
But they
still have all that kinetic energy.
Yeah, so she tries to touch it and she burns herself, so that's not going to work. She tries to budge Sydney and David, that's not working. So, Melanie, don't do the thing that I think you're going to do.
Stand in
please.
Between the bullets and them. I somehow think even if she does that, a bullet's going to nick David. Because this show has a lot of symbolism, and I don't think they would have had David with the red on his shirt for no reason. I think that really feels to me like he's got shot.
So, Melanie, maybe you just ditched them. So, fuck you, Melanie.
I don't know, maybe she finds another way.
Maybe, but then, but she's trying to find, it looks like she's trying to find another way, and then the walls grow, the walls have eyes. Is that a horror movie now? Is that coming out later?
Because Lenny was just looking at her. It's like, nope. This is just a horror movie. That's what it is.
I mean, I don't mind that.
Yeah, I kind of love it.
No, this is a very odd Marvel property to adapt, and adapting it this way, I think is really interesting. I think it really sells the, it's unique. That's like the word I use. It's unique. And I mean, we haven't seen any Marvel properties quite like this. I mean, they're all, Marvel has done either superhero films, spy films, or like space dramas. Never anything in the horror realm, really, but this is like the closest we're getting to it, and I'm loving it so far.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely stands out as a superhero property. So Paul, I think, was very interesting this episode. And basically, him and David have the same conversation. I'd have to compare them side by side, but it felt like the same exact conversation that Lenny and David had about the drool and the drugs. So that was super weird. Like, why choose Paul to have that conversation?
I don't know, but we learned a bit about Paul and his mother.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. What happened to her?
Yeah, it's not clear. It's just she was unloading the dishwasher. And then she drops dead.
She just dies.
She just dies.
Nothing happened. Like, well, we saw her from the back. She's unloading the dishwasher, and then she just falls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no, like, gunshot or anything. There was, like, nobody else in the room except for Paul, so I'm not sure. I don't know if they're implying that Paul did something, but he just didn't realize he was doing something, or if it was, like, another outside force, or maybe it was just natural causes. We don't know.
Whatever it was extremely sudden, and she kind of gives a shout before she falls, too. Like, it could be like a... What was I thinking before? Could have been like some mutant might have caused her to die somehow. Maybe a telekinetic stops her heart, or honestly, at this point, it could be anything.
It could be any telekinetic that they half the mutant population are telekinetics.
Yeah, especially in this show. Got 3 of them? Or no, Oliver's not telekinetic. He's just psychic.
Well, you can have multiple mutant powers.
That's true.
Yeah, and I still want to see. We've only seen these mutants, but I still want to see more mutants come on later on in the show to see more. I don't want to see any like mind-based powers. I want to see like some of the other powers, like shapeshifters, or like people who can do stuff with fire, people who can do stuff with ice.
Yeah.
The mutants that really can't do anything, they just look really nasty.
Yeah. Although I don't think we're gonna get it this season because we have only 2 episodes left.
Yeah. Still waiting on the answers that we won't get.
Yeah. If we get like 2 more answers, I'll be okay. Just 2.
Yeah, that'll be fine, I guess. But you know what? But I will not be disappointed. I just want to see more. I just want to see more of these characters that I do enjoy. I want to see the world's angriest boy in the world come back. I want to see him go through a little story arc.
I almost want... I have some, like, sick idea that I want to make him out of paper mache. I don't know why.
Well, it looks like he's made out of paper mache. A little puppet that they have of him.
Yeah.
Like world angriest boy in the world, Giles. Is that what I call him, Giles?
You did, yes,
Giles, come back, and I want to see what's the deal with you, Giles, and you can have your own little, you can give your own little mini series. That'd be nice, a little horror mini series. That'd be cool.
Ooh. Where he just terrorizes small children. Oh God. Excuse me. So next episode, great. In the line of great synopsises, David tries to find a way out of his predicament. The show doesn't even have, like, real episode titles. They're, like, chapter 1 through 8. So it's, like, you can't even glean anything from the title. But I might have said this before. I just, it's hard to summarize this show.
Yeah.
Especially without spoiling it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other way. David tries to find a way out of his predicament. Okay, so next episode, David can't open the pickle jar. Somebody has to help him.
Yeah. It's definitely the pickle jar. Oh my God, like, I want to keep talking, but I feel like it's just going to be sounds coming out of my mouth. Things
happened. Things happened. That's the most I could tell you about this show without spoiling it. Things happened.
Yeah, seriously.
I want to go off on a little bit of a side note here. So we are going to see. This isn't the only X-Men show we're getting. We are getting another show. I'm not sure what the show is going to be called or who's cast in it, but it is another branch of the X-Men called, I believe they're called the Morlocks, I think it's what they're called. And they're these underground mutants that live in the sewers, because these are the type of mutants, some mutants don't have powers. They're just mutated physically. And so these mutants, they have to live underground because society hates them because they're nasty and they just look gross. And at one point in the comic, Storm actually finds them and becomes their queen.
Because Storm walks into a room and she is everyone's queen.
Well, yeah, but they had a queen, but like Storm like challenged her and Storm won. But yeah, Storm is the queen of everything. But this show is coming. I'm not sure when, but I am excited about it. And if it's anything like this show, not so much in like visual style and like tone, but if it's like, you know, a different spin on like the superhero genre, and like people who actually give a shit about the X-Men are writing it, then that'd be great. And it's also similar to the show. It's tied to a popular character who doesn't necessarily have to be in the series.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Actually, I don't know much about them, so it'd be nice to watch. Yeah. So, Jacob, if that's all we've got, where can people find you?
You can find me here on YouTube at Jacob Salazar, or you can find me on Twitter, tweeting me throughout the week, throughout the life at To Nowhere Land. That is TONOWHERELAND. Join the Nowhere Land Society.
You can find me at Clio Moto on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, WordPress. I need a new outro. Like, I've been saying I'm gonna rewrite an outro, but I just haven't done it. And you can find all of us at ASO TV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. Until next time. Bye.